Children's Storytime, presented by BMGFly. Assalamu alaikum. That means peace be unto you. Today we're reading The Big Yard Sale, written by Tariq Toure, illustrated by Anika Sabri, read to you by Nia Malika Dixon. Today we're reading The Big Yard Sale, written by Tariq Toure, illustrated by Anika Sabri. One Saturday morning, David was shook by noise. Startled and shocked, he checked his toys. Could he have left his fire truck on, or was it his speaker playing a song? Then he heard more, and to his surprise, nearly all his neighbors were all outside. There's his fire truck down there. Do you remember David from the other story we read? Let's see what he's getting into this time. What is this? The thought crossed his mind. He rushed to get dressed to find out why. Fast out the bathroom, he plopped on his kufi, then struggled with his shoestrings hanging loosely. He stood on his porch and scoped the scene. Neighbors with tables, but what does it mean? And what is he going to do about it? David ran over to Jenna's lawn. Her family's odds and ends were piled on. David searched the table, and in awe, her father sold his favorite saw. David said, "Psst, Jenna, come here. Your pops uses that saw every year." Jenna said, "Shh, I know, but today's the yard sale. It had to go." It had to go, even though he liked it. Mostly everyone is selling something today, and when people need things, they'll surely pay. David's eyes went wide as the moon. He said, "Even I'll sell stuff soon." But the last thing he wanted was to part with a toy, so he sat there stumped. Boy, oh boy. Could he do like Jenna's father did and sell something that he liked? It seems like a tough thing to do. David went pouting through the house. Hours went by, no figuring out. Then a smell came that moistened his mouth. Mommy's baking, without a doubt. I bet you she's making cinnamon rolls. The kitchen smelled sweet, sticky, and blazing. "It's Mommy's rolls, cinnamon raisin." She said, "No, David, I'm running a test. These are for the bakery to see what's best." David said, "No worry, I won't eat one, but please give me 5. I want to sell some." David's mommy said, "Sure indeed. With the right attitude, you'll succeed. And with gratitude, you cannot fail. I can't wait to see your first yard sale." That sounds like a plan. Let's set you up so you're ready and able to bring tons of customers to your table. They spent the hour getting odds and ends to have their display reel them in. Within a short time, David was up and running. David said, "Just wait, a customer's coming." Then up walked Sister Nora, money in hand, but as quick as she came, she left the stand. I wonder why. She didn't buy anything. David asked, "Mommy, how'd I fail? Did I do everything right to make a sale?" Mommy said, "Sweetheart, I'm proud you're trying a lot, but here's one thing maybe you forgot. Before a buyer will ever want to taste, they'll have to meet your smiling face. It's the first form of our attitude that ever shows. It's a form of charity we'll always know." He forgot to smile. It's welcoming, and people want to come and talk to you when they see your smile. Just look over there at Brother Naeem. He's sells and sells with his pearly sheen. Why, he could sell if he was asleep, if he could keep showing those shiny teeth. David said, "Well, I'll give it a try." He was smiling so much it closed his eyes. Brother Jabril stopped in a minute. David thought the smile must have did it. Brother Jabril asked, "Could I have them warmed?" David smiled. No. And off he stormed. Wait, what? He didn't buy it? He smiled, though. Well, David asked, Mommy, how'd I fail? Did I do everything right to make a sale? If there's anything I've learned in my bakery life is that the customer is always right. You're getting so close to being a selling champ. We can make them warm with a heating lamp. See, Sister Khadija selling her beads? She'll search the earth for the color they need. You've got to please the customer. Mommy's onto something here. Now David's rolls glistened and his smile was wide. Surely not one single buyer could hide. Imam Musa approached with his son Shahid. David smiled and said, I got what you need. They're warm and gooey and ready to go. Imam Musa said, You know I know. I'll take every last cinnamon roll. They won't make it past our stroll. David had never moved so fast. Before they could blink, the rolls were bagged. See ya, David said with a joyful smirk. He was excited that finally a sale had worked. But when he turned around, he found Mother sad. David asked, We sold. What could be so bad? I have a feeling. But what do you think it is? I mean, he did sell them, but... David asked, Mommy, how did I fail? I did everything right to make a sale. She sat down and said, Attitude is a reflection of our gratitude, and thankfulness we can never lose. We give every penny its proper due. I'm happy you sold. Surely I am, but when that money touched your hand, it was the perfect time to say thank you to the customer who came to pay. Sellers who aren't grateful won't go far, and our gratitude shows who we truly are. That was what was missing. Thank you. David ran down the block and stopped Uncle Musa as he shopped. David said, Thank you for buying mine. Uncle Musa said, You've made my day this time. For the rest of the day, David sold and sold, following the advice his mother told. After every sale, he whispered to himself, Attitude, gratitude surely has helped. Yes, that's a great idea. You tell yourself, you remind yourself so you don't forget. Check this out. Imam Musa is walking down Ella Street and Betty Way. If you know, you know. Those names are very, very special. Betty Shabazz, Ella Baker. Well, that's the end. And David says, thank you. That was a wonderful story. I really enjoyed it. And it is a special story for those of you who are young entrepreneurs who are out there with your lemonade stands or your bake sales or your yard sales, to remember the lesson that David learned. Attitude and gratitude, those will definitely take you far. And you can get your own book. I bought this book directly from the author. Go to the website at davidsdollar.com and get both the books. Your first book was David's Dollar, and this is the second book, The Big Yard Sale. And I love what Mommy's wearing. She's got on my favorite color. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed that story as much as I did. And if you have any comments or questions, you can always email them to us, especially if you have a suggestion for a book you'd like me to read. I definitely want to make sure that the customer is happy, just like David did. I'm reading these books not just for you, but also for me. I get joy out of sharing these stories, and I hope you get joy from seeing yourself reflected in stories, because, there's a bunch of you out there who are little entrepreneurs like David. All right, guys, I'll see you next week with a brand new story. I hope you had a good time, and I'll see you then. Bye. Bye.